What's happening, guys? Welcome back. Let's talk about DC's comments regarding Jim Miller and the UFC Hall of Fame. So Daniel Cormier does not believe that Jim Miller is deserving of a Hall of Fame spot. And he doesn't think Donald Cowboy Cerrone is deserving either. Alright, so let's break this down. I disagree with DC, but touching on Jim Miller currently has a mixed martial arts record of 36 wins, 17 losses, 1 no contest. He just won his last fight in spectacular fashion. He's 39 years old right now. He made his UFC debut back at UFC 89. That was in 2008. Some of his records: he currently holds the record for the most bouts in the UFC, most wins in UFC history, and the most wins in the UFC lightweight division history. So a description of the UFC Hall of Fame. Now this is on Wikipedia. It's not official, but I feel like it's worthy of mentioning and repeating. The UFC Hall of Fame, which honors mixed martial artists and MMA personalities, established and maintained by US-based mixed martial arts promotion, Ultimate Fighting Championship. In addition to the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the UFC Hall of Fame recognizes accomplishments from Pride Fighting Championships, World Extreme Cage Fighting, and Strikeforce, all of which are former mixed martial arts promotions that have been bought out by the UFC and its parent corporations. So if you look at the inductees, you have 19 pioneers, 11 modern era, 7 contributors, 7 fights, 3 community awards, 50 total inductees, 3 double inductees. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe the UFC Hall of Fame is exclusive to champions. It's just people that have made a mark in the sport, that have contributed to mixed martial arts to the UFC in a big way, in a recognizable way. Jim Miller doesn't fit that criteria. The guy holds multiple UFC records as it stands right now. Even if those records are broken, the fact that he has had them, he has to be recognized. I mean, just in simple terms, you have a fighter, Jim Miller, that is doing things that is uncommon. How many people are breaking these records? It's recognized, he's praised, because they're uncommon accolades. He's the first to do it, or the best at it. So if that's not worthy of a UFC Hall of Fame spot, geez, I don't know what is. So I think DC has to lighten up a little bit, has to drop his standards just a little bit, and recognize guys like Jim Miller, Cowboy Cerrone, other fighters that have contributed to the promotion and mixed martial arts in a big way, other than winning and defending belts. And I don't fully know what DC's stance is. I don't know if that's like his measure, the measuring line, like you have to be a champion, defend belts, titles, do something huge. I don't feel like you have to do something huge. You just have to do something recognizable. Be the first at something, be the best at something, and just contribute to the sport in a way that, is worthy of like praise. I think Jim Miller has accomplished that. So that's my take on the situation. And if you look at other inductees in the UFC Hall of Fame, you got tons of guys in there, tons of fighters that are in there for different reasons. Not everyone's a champion in the UFC Hall of Fame or one of the greatest of all time. If that was the case, you would only have a handful of people in there. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments section, what do you think about DC's stance on Jim Miller being inducted to the Hall of Fame one day? What do you think about him saying that Cowboy doesn't deserve to be in there? I think it's crazy talk. DC, I love you, man. You're a legend. One of the best to ever do it. But you're tripping, man. You're tripping. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Appreciate it. If you enjoy the content first time at the channel, consider hitting that like button and subscribing. Appreciate all the support. I'll catch you all on the next one. Later, guys.